Some men dominate the room before they speak. Others open their mouths and lose all control. Ever wonder why? It's not just charisma, it's command. And Stoic men, they've mastered the art of speaking with silence, leading with presence, and never letting emotion hijack their voice. In a reactive world, they don't just survive, they influence. There's a reason. Some men walk into a room and instantly command respect. It's not their clothes. It's not their money. It's not even their words. It's their presence. The way they hold their ground. The way they speak, calmly, clearly, without rush. The way they don't react. They lead. And in a world where everyone's triggered, offended, and defensive, that kind of composure is rare. That's why it's powerful. That's why it stands out. That's what Stoic communication is all about. You've probably been in situations where someone said something that triggered you. Maybe they disrespected you. Maybe they challenged you. Maybe they misunderstood you. And before you could think, you reacted, you defended, you raised your voice, you tried to prove yourself, and later, you regretted it. Not because you were wrong, but because you gave away your power. That's the difference between reactive men and Stoic leaders. One is emotionally hijacked, the other is emotionally intelligent. One needs to win every conversation, the other needs to lead it. One is loud, the other is lethal, in the quietest way possible. This blueprint isn't about being manipulative. It's not about faking confidence or pretending you're above emotion. It's about rewiring your nervous system so that communication becomes a tool of leadership, not insecurity. Step 1. Silence is a strategy. Most people speak to fill space. The Stoic uses space. He knows a pause is power. That silence makes people listen. That, waiting before responding, creates gravity. When you pause before you speak, especially in conflict, you create anticipation. You control the tempo. You show your words are not impulsive. They're intentional. Step 2. Slow your tone. When tension rises, most people speed up. They raise their voice. Their words get sharp. Their breath shortens. This tells the other person, I'm overwhelmed, I'm emotional, I'm trying to dominate. But the Stoic slows down. He breathes deeper. He speaks slower. He lets every word land. And in doing so, he flips the power dynamic. Step 3. Separate the message from the emotion. When someone attacks, insults, or accuses, it's easy to personalize. But not every aggressive message is about you. Most of the time, it's about them, their pain, their insecurity, their story. So before you respond, ask, is this really about me? Or am I just a mirror for something they haven't dealt with? This perspective doesn't make you passive. It makes you perceptive. And perception is leadership. The man who can see beyond the words being said, into the fears, the needs, the wounds underneath, becomes the man who guides the conversation, not by overpowering, by understanding. Step 4. Own your emotions. Just because you feel anger doesn't mean you need to act angry. Just because you feel disrespected doesn't mean you need to demand respect. The Stoic knows emotions are data, not commands. He processes them internally. He chooses his response externally. This level of control doesn't make you robotic. It makes you rooted. It gives you range, the ability to respond to a scream with a whisper, to respond to chaos with clarity, to respond to disrespect with dignity. Step 5. Remove filler words like, all of these dilute your message. They signal doubt. The Stoic speaks clean. Director, no fluff, no over-explaining, no disclaimers. He says what he means, and he lets silence do the rest. Step 6. Ask questions that shift the dynamic instead of arguing. Reframe. What makes you feel that way? Can you help me understand your perspective? What outcome are you hoping for? These questions don't just de-escalate conflict. They redirect it. They show emotional maturity. And they put the burden of clarity back on the other person where it belongs. This doesn't mean you tolerate disrespect. The Stoic draws boundaries. He walks away when needed. But he does it from calm, not chaos, from choice, not reaction. That's the kind of communication people remember. The kind that leaves a mark, not through noise, but through precision. Your words should not just fill air. They should build trust, set tone, create alignment. That's leadership. And that's why Stoic communication isn't just about what you say. It's about how you show up. When things get hard, when people get messy, when emotions rise. Jason was a 37-year-old sales manager in Chicago, confident in numbers, terrified in conflict. Every time his boss criticized him, Jason shut down or lashed out. Burning bridges he never meant to cross, he'd leave meetings red-faced, replaying conversations in his head, wishing he'd stayed calm. Then he found stoicism, started journaling his triggers, practicing pauses before replies, slowing his voice instead of raising it. Last month, that same boss gave him the floor during a heated debate. Jason didn't react. He led. With poise, with purpose, and for the first time, people listened. Really listened. That's the shift. That's the power of Stoic communication. Imagine this. You're in a tense meeting. Someone throws you under the bus. Everyone looks at you. Your heart races. You want to retaliate. But instead, you breathe. You pause. You speak with calm clarity. You state facts. You stay composed. And the entire room watches as your composure disarms the chaos. That's presence. That's impact. Or you're in an argument with someone you care about. They're yelling, blaming, spinning stories. You don't match their tone. You don't defend every word. You hold space. You speak truth. You let silence lead. That's connection. That's respect. You build this skill the same way you build muscle, with reps. Depending on the context, this could be interpreted as either reputation or repetitions. To keep things clear, I'll assume it refers to repetitions, as that aligns with the idea of building a skill through practice. If you meant reputation instead, please let me know, and I'll adjust the response accordingly. Daily reps. Pausing before speaking, slowing your tone, asking better questions, releasing the need to win, replacing reaction with reflection. Until one day, communication is no longer a trigger. It's your edge, because in a noisy world, clarity is rare. In a reactive world, composure is rare. In a world full of words, presence is power. Stop reacting. Start leading, not just with your actions, with your voice, with your energy, with your ability to stay calm when others can't. That's how you lead your life. That's how you lead others. That's how you become unforgettable. Now that you've seen the blueprint, it's time to live it. Lead one conversation today with Stoic presence. And if you're ready to sharpen this edge with others on the same path, subscribe and stay. This tribe, it's for men who build power in silence, and it starts with you right now.